And let me remind the committee the mature and responsible way we have sought to deal with China. We set out to stabilise the relationship without compromising on Australian values or Australian interests. Stabilisation has never meant there would be no problems. It has always meant we should be able to engage directly with China to manage inevitable differences and problems without these problems derailing our ability to talk to each other, as was the case under Mr Morrison and Mr Dutton. And that is what we will keep doing, and it is what the Australian people expect of their government, engaging confidently, calmly and consistently, protecting our sovereignty and advancing our interests. That is what we have done in the case of both the unsafe and unprofessional interaction between the PLA-P8 and the extended deployment of a PLA-N task group near Australia. As the committee is aware, the Deputy Prime Minister has ensured the public is kept apprised of the situation. Defence have issued regular updates on its location, and the ADF has worked with the New Zealand Defence Force to monitor the task group. The task group issued an alert which was received by commercial aircraft in the vicinity on 21st February to a live firing exercise. Air Services Australia notified the ADF, and the New Zealand forces shadowing the task group also notified the ADF sometime later. Within hours of the live firing exercise, the Australian government made representations to China, seeking an explanation of why we were not provided advance notice. The Prime Minister and I agreed I should make direct representations to Foreign Minister Wang Yi in our meeting on Friday in South Africa. I made clear to Foreign Minister Wong that the lack of notice for the PLA-N's activities did not meet our expectations and was of deep concern. I said the Australian Defence Force would provide at least 12 hours notice in such circumstances. Chair, the Australian government was in a position to raise our concerns directly with the Chinese government at a high level less than a day after the exercise commenced. Some politicians seem to be insinuating that Australia is responsible for the PLA not providing more notice, when in fact we raised our concerns directly with China at military, diplomatic and political levels. And we now see gunboat diplomacy being added to the litany of war talk from the opposition. Such rhetoric does not make Australians safer.